Welcome to Gen Z U, where we uncover the hidden forces shaping our world. This is the shit you wish you learned in college. Today, we're diving into the story of a company that's been operating in the shadows, influencing industries, governments, and lives without most of us even realizing it. Welcome to the world of McKinsey and Company. Right now, I'm showing you the global headquarters of one of the most influential companies in the world, but you probably wouldn't even know that because hiding in plain sight is kind of their thing. And from the shadows, they've been doing the dirty work for basically every brand you've ever heard of. Like, 450 of the Fortune 500 companies. I'm talking big soda, big tobacco, big oil, and the very worst of big pharma.
Large Marge sent me.
They've been called the single greatest legitimizer of mass layoffs of anyone, anywhere, at any time in modern history.
Being good at something. Yeah.
They also work for the Saudi, Chinese, and American governments, and on whatever the hell this is.
A revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers.
This is the line, and it will be home to 9 million residents and organized in 3 dimensions.
What could go wrong?
So who are they? McKinsey's now accused of helping drug makers to quote-unquote turbocharge the sale of prescription opioids.
Our destination drug dealer.
We're talking about McKinsey, the shadowy and parasitic consulting firm at the heart of nearly every industry in America. McKinsey claims to operate on a no-policy policy, free from driving ideologies or bias. But I tracked their history and broke down their worldview, and it places the consulting industry as secret agents in the war on working people. So you might ask yourself, what do consultants even do? When I first looked into this, I really had no idea what a consultant even does. The amazing thing is that what they do varies. Communicate, present, model, plan, problem solve, be ambitious, and find ways they can double their current rate of innovation. But seriously, what do they actually do? Well, in an ideal world, consultants add their brainpower to any company. They come in as outsiders, look at a problem in a new way, and give good advice. How bad could that be, right?
How bad?
Well, the advice they give is bad, or the clients they're working with aren't really the best actors. So where did this lucrative problem-solving industry even come from? McKinsey was founded right after a period of historic corporate mergers. 1,800 companies were crunched into just 157 megacorporations, including some familiar ones like U.S. Steel, Nabisco, General Electric, and, of course, AT&T.
What is AT&T?
You might also remember what happened in 1929. So in 1933, the government passed the Glass-Steagall Act. This act forced commercial banks to refrain from investment banking activities to protect depositors from potential losses through stock speculation.
What it no longer read.
Glass-Steagall aimed to prevent a repeat of the 1929 stock market crash and the wave of commercial bank failures. Consultants were a way to get around this.
Get around it!
Working for multiple companies within the same industry to standardize practices. In 1951, General Motors hired McKinsey to conduct the first ever study of executive compensation, leading to a massive increase in CEO pay. Thanks, McKinsey.
Yeah, well, thanks.
When it comes to labor, they've got one MO: layoffs. If they're not laying people off, they're making other cuts and recommendations that totally hurt workers and consumers. In 2005, McKinsey recommended Walmart hire more part-time workers to reduce costs. For Disney, they suggested cutting maintenance, leading to tragic accidents and fatalities. But did McKinsey face any consequences for their bad advice? McKinsey escapes accountability because they are behind the scenes. If you screw up and things go bad, it's on you, not us. Now, healthcare is pretty much McKinsey's bread and butter. They've worked for companies like Johnson & Johnson and Anthem, and even designed programs to get poor patients to pay medical bills they weren't required to pay. Providence Hospital, for example, used McKinsey's script to pressure patients into paying. McKinsey also works for government agencies regulating their private sector clients, leading to massive conflicts of interest.
Conflict of interest.
Conflicts of interest are the name of the game for McKinsey. They'll fight for any side that will pay them. In 1997, Illinois needed help reducing welfare spending. McKinsey offered their services for free, only to later charge millions for restructuring Medicaid.
Old bait and switch.
Like a vampire, McKinsey got themselves invited in with pro bono work, and now they were sucking Illinois dry. So what should we do about it? The DOJ is investigating their work on opioids criminally for the first time. Some politicians have even talked about banning McKinsey from federal contracts. But most of these problems aren't even unique to McKinsey. Other consulting firms like Boston Consulting Group and Deloitte offer similar services. Ultimately, we need to untangle the dependency on consulting McKinsey has fostered in our government. This is a generational project requiring governments to pay people more and build capacity. And what about the army of young MBA grads ready to keep the consulting industry marching on for another 100 years? I would tell them that these organizations promise you can do work that is exciting, prestigious, and improves the world. But that just simply isn't true. You have an opportunity and an obligation to make the world a better place. And I think you will end up being happier for it. So in conclusion, don't go work in consulting. Your mother's Medicaid bill? Well, thank you.
Air Medicaid AARP discount.
Alright, thanks for watching Gen ZU. We're always looking to do more stories like this, exposing the shadowy corporations and economic systems that impact our daily lives. What other stories do you want to see? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.